Hello and welcome to SirSmuggler's Let's Play, episode 30! Woohoo! And now that we have finished the celebration, let's get on with the show. Actually, this is the second attempt at recording this, and well, from time to time my microphone settings are reverted to virtually no volume whatsoever. I really don't understand why it does that, but it does from time to time, so you couldn't barely hear anything I said. So I'm gonna make a new attempt here, and well, you didn't miss that much. I believe I showed you before, if you surround the lapis with paper, you get a blank blueprint, because I did show you the architect table and builder and stuff. Anyway, if you take a bookshelf and surround it with 8 blueprints, you get the blueprint library. And I'm gonna show you that. I built that at the last attempt to record this, but you know, here it is. And what this one does is it helps you manage your blueprints. So this is a blueprint I did for my Mod Spotlight series, and this is of course the old one for the station house. So if you have a new blueprint, now I already did this, so you can't see me do it. Anyway, if you place a blueprint in this slot here that you've created, it will be imported into your library and be shown in this list here. And if you select any of the existing blueprints here and you place a blank blueprint in this spot, it's going to work for a while, and copy that blueprint into your blueprint. It doesn't need to be a blank blueprint, you can like overwrite an existing blueprint like this. But then I'll have two of the same, I don't want that, so let's overwrite it again. And at the end of this episode I'm also going to show you where you can locate these blueprint files in your file system, because that is a really neat function that lets you trade these blueprints with friends, and thereby make it easy to share your creations. And also these are universal for your MineCraft installations, so any blueprints you put into your blueprint library will be accessible from any blueprint library in any of the Minecraft worlds you create. So it's a really neat function, I think, so it's worth mentioning. Anyway, for today's episode, what do I want to do? Well, I think first off I'm going to set up a new auto crafting system in my bee product house here, because I think I want to go adventuring in the nether a bit. I really do need a whole lot of blazerods, because I want to start using high-speed rails, but you need plenty of blazerods, let's just say, to be able to craft those. So I want to craft something that will help me cope with bad guys, help me survive basically. So if I take some of this royal jelly and honeydew, and I don't remember if I need honey drops, let's just grab some just in case, and some wax. And let's start with wax capsules, of course. And let's see here if I remember this. I'm gonna need... Okay, so I didn't remember it, I had to cheat a little bit and look it up. Anyway, this should be... I don't really need one. this should be how you do it, ambrosia, and according to the wiki this will, well, it will refill a bunch of food, hunger, and also it will cause regeneration for 40 seconds, so that's gonna be very useful. And yeah, let's craft a few of those. I'm just gonna go in here and order them up and see that the auto crafting works. And of course I can dump in these things so they are sorted back into their places. And as usual I forget to connect the pipe and import the recipe. At least I remember it before I started looking for it. So I guess you can call that progress. So import, much better. And ambrosia. Let's request a few of those and see what happens. Success, it says. And so we just wait a little bit. And I previously set up the auto crafting for the wax capsules, so that's not a problem. Here comes 1, 2, 3, and the 4th. So that should help me battle those nasty blazes, I hope. And got a little bit of armor. Maybe I should upgrade to diamond, I don't know. I have to think about that a bit. Anyway, I'm gonna sleep now and prepare, well, empty out my inventory so I don't risk losing anything valuable, as there's a very real possibility of me dying. Hello there, Mr. Skeleton. So I'll be back in the morning when I have fixed up my stuff. Let's just kill this guy because he makes me angry. Like so. And I should really go sleep before more bad guys spawn. So I'll be right back. So I'm just about ready to go. I picked up a few more ambrosia and some of the necessities I need, and otherwise cleaned out my inventory from anything valuable, and emptied out my backpacks except for some cobble that I think I might need. And what else? Well, I decided to not go with any diamond armor for now, but I am gonna waste my few levels of experience here to get something interesting of those, if I can manage. There you go, level 8, thank you. Protection 8. Protection 1, sorry. A little bit of Swinglish there. Well, better than nothing. And this one is blast protection. I think that is actually kind of useful against stuff in the nether, like the ghasts definitely have some kind of explosive attack, and I don't know if the blazes counts as explosive attack, because they set you on fire kind of, but I don't know. Anyway, here we go. And I'm not sure if I showed you this, but I finished the little protective room here and made a walkway over there to where I have an apiary set up where I bred the demonic bees that I have. But we're gonna head in the opposite direction here. Let's see. And there are ghasts everywhere. Run, forest. So it's quite a walk to the nether fortress that I found, so I'm gonna cut the camera for a while and I'll be back when I'm ready to begin. And here we are at the entrance. Well, I made an entrance here. And I made a portal here to get to a completely new area and find some new bees. I did manage to find the mossy bees there, but I'm still missing the wintry. So I'm not quite done with all the species of bees yet. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can find my way back to where I did find a spawner, what are they called? Blaze spawner. I might not quite remember. No, it wasn't this way. Okay, I think I found the place here. It should be right up there somewhere. And here I usually get attacked by ghasts and other nasty things. And was it up here, perhaps? Yep, here we go. So I'm gonna place torches and I hope this will prevent gas. No, it did not prevent them spawning. And of course there's gonna be ghasts attacking me as well. And now I'm completely disoriented. Right, here I came from. Disoriented and scared. Hey, I got a blaze rod. Now I just need 100 more. Well, I don't know exactly how many I need, but quite a lot, let's just say. So yeah, that was the regeneration effect. Of course I hid for the better part of that. And now there's plenty of those guys in here. I thought the light from the torches would prevent them spawning, but I guess I was wrong. Let's just take one of these. Because I want to build a little something here to at least remove the gas threat. So I want to build like a room here. Come on. And I'm sorry for not speaking much, but well, it's kind of hectic, I think. And that freaking gas is like... There's one thing I learned about ghasts, and that's that they're even more cowardice than I am. If you try to get close to them, they just run away. So, just one blaze rod so far, that's just poor. How can I approach this in a safer way? Well, I guess I should just go in in there and try to build that room regardless of being attacked and stuff. Like... whatever. I'm gonna have to change this later, but for now let's just make something so that at least ghasts can't shoot at me. That's gonna be a start. Like so. That feels better. And 2 blazerods. So that helped a lot. It's actually not that bad now. It's at least manageable. 3 blazerods. Come on. Yeah, come on here. Come on in. Oh. Guess I'll close this one. Concentrate on this. Other sides here, let's just here. See if we can make him follow me. Yep. Excellent. I guess I'm not doing too bad actually. Oh, I think they're spawning like on top of that thing I built now. Blaze rod. Yay! Okay, so 5 rods. That should be enough to get me started anyway. And I did manage to get this roof up here, meaning I can get in and out here a bit easier for in the future if I want more. So I think I'm gonna run home and lick my wounds. And let's see. I have to return someday and build a proper room there where I can really make some kind of grinder. Anyway, I'll be returning to the overworld and I'll be back when I am home and safe. And I'm pretty close to returning home. I just wanted to show you this little thing here. Of course I built this just to have some protection against ghasts. Most of the time I can go through here without them seeing me. So yeah, and in here I did the breathing to get my infernal bees, like the sinister and whatnot. Demonic I think is the last stage, and I did get those, because you need to do the breathing in the nether to get those species, but once you have them they can work fine in the overworld, as long as they have the right tolerances and whatnot. It's a bit, you need to be a bit careful when you breed them with other species though, as I did. I was trying to breed some new traits like fast worker or something like that, and I ended up with the bee that required the hellish temperature and had no temperature tolerance, so it could only work in the nether, but also it had lost the nocturnal trait, so that particular queen is completely useless and cannot work anywhere. So that's what can happen if you're not careful with your bee breeding. Anyway, we came out of there pretty okay this time. I only used 3 of these ambrosias, and I got 5 blaze rods, and I picked up a few nether warts as well, just to, because it's nice to have. And maybe I should put those blaze rods to good use right away. I'll be back in a few minutes. Actually, it's gonna have to wait for next episode with the blaze rods, what I'm gonna use them for. And if you're interested in the blueprints and how to access the files for those, I'm going to cover that right after this. And if you're not interested in that, well, we can just say goodbye right here. So I'll be back and show you how to find the blueprints. And I'm back here at my desktop this time. And since I assume you're using mods, you're probably familiar with where to find your Minecraft data. So if you go to your .minecraft folder, you will have a buildcraft folder, supposing you're using buildcraft of course. And in that one you have the blueprints folder. And here you have each of your blueprints is represented by a file with the same name, .bpt. And the index is just a list of all the blueprints you have. But this is an interesting file. It's the one that has your username .list. And if you open that one with Notepad, and my Windows installation is in Swedish, so you might have trouble reading, but I'm sure you understand what I'm doing anyway. So this is a list of the blueprints that are available in your blueprint library. So if you want to share one of your blueprints with a friend or borrow a blueprint from a friend, you just copy the blueprint file, and the receiver of the file puts it in its blueprint folder and adds an entry in the .list file. And when that's done, you should be able to access that blueprint from the blueprint library. So that's a really useful and neat function for sharing your creations with others without having to, you know, like send your entire world file or anything, and let others construct your creations in their world. So that's a little bit of a different ending than usual. But I hope you enjoyed it and learned something, and I hope I see you next time. And until then, bye bye!